It's a great morning for a bike ride. Actually, it's a great month considering it is Bike Month. Matt Martin and Kerri Peterson are in today. Matt with the Community Bike Project and Kerri with Live Well Omaha. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Matt, let's start with Bike Month. A lot of people back out on the roads now. It's a great month for Bike Month.
It really is.
What are all the activities involved with Bike Month?
Well, great. I think there are a lot of reasons why people are out biking now. There are so many events that are going on every weekend. It seems like a couple times a week you can always find rides to go to, ways to get involved in the community with bikes, ways to have somebody come out and work on your bike and help get your bike all ready for the season. It's a healthy activity. There's lots of great environmental reasons to do it, and people look at gas prices too and think, this is a nice opportunity to try something else and save a little money.
Yeah, you mentioned healthy, Kerri. This is where you come in with Live Well Omaha. It seems like a lot more people are out biking, taking up biking these days. I've got some friends who aren't real physically active, but they went out and bought a couple bikes.
Yeah, it really is. We in Omaha are facing a health crisis, as many cities. We're 142 out of 183 cities in terms of health, physical activity, and nutrition. And biking is a really great way to integrate daily physical activity back in our lifestyles that we've essentially engineered out because we drive everywhere.
Yeah, and we're looking at the screen right now. It says iRide. Talk about the iRide, the goal of iRide.
iRide is really about attracting every user, whether you are an avid bicyclist like your own CT Tonklin, or whether you're somebody that has a bike it's been in your garage for 10 plus years. Trying to reach everybody to take that bike off, take it out onto the trail, get out there, consider commuting to work, ride your kids to school. It's really about every citizen in Omaha getting out and getting back on their bicycle.
You mentioned CT Tonklin over at Action 3 News, the weathercaster. He's a great ambassador for the sport of biking, right? I mean, he's an example of people that get out there all the time and bike, and with gas prices the way they are, it's a great savings, man. You're seeing a lot more people ride their bike to work.
Absolutely. That's something that's really changed in Omaha, I think. You see a lot of people who don't just go out for recreation, but they find other ways to integrate it into their daily lives. So you see them put in their buses or their bikes on the buses so that they can get part of the way with public transportation and then ride the bikes the rest of the way. Trying to ride to work one day a week, maybe a few days a month, whatever is easy and convenient for them. Really finding a way to make it part of their lives. And you see that the city infrastructure is really changing to accommodate a lot of that. A lot more opportunities on the road.
That's a great point. We want to talk about that because the buses, they do have the spot on the front of the bus where you can put your bike up there now, right? So how is the city in general embracing the culture of more people biking?
I think the city is really responding wonderfully, and in a lot of ways is taking the lead, is looking for ways to just make it a more seamless and easier part of our lives for everybody who chooses to do it. So there, in addition to the buses, there are the bike lanes that are going in around the city. There are shared lanes for bikes and cars. There are additional trails that have gone in, a lot of improvements to the Keystone and the Papio trails and the other trails in our region. And there's just been a lot more interest at having public events. Omaha now has a bike pedestrian coordinator to really keep an eye and focus on bicycling issues for the city, and has really been interested in promoting cycling for all of the citizens.
Yeah, I like the helmet cams that we saw in some of those shots on the video. If there are more people out biking, and you can see it in this video right now, all the infrastructure that has kind of been geared toward bikers. If there are more people out now, does it create some safety issues for motorists?
Actually the statistics show, and there are reports that show that the more that there are cyclists out on the road and the more that there is an awareness raised through exactly campaigns like this iRide campaign, the safer it is for everyone. I mean, I think the important thing is to know that everyone has responsibilities and everyone needs to be careful and aware, because there are adults and kids and families out there on the roads, whether they're walking or biking or in cars. So it's just a matter of raising the awareness and making it safer for everyone.
And for those people who want to keep up on all things biking, Kerri, you have a newsletter that you're putting out. Is that monthly?
It is, and it's iRideBecause.org. You can find it on Activate Omaha's website as well.
Good information. Thanks for coming in. And CT Tonklin, he's not biking right now. I understand his bike. He's a meteorologist. I'm getting yelled at over here. But his bike is broken. Right?
It is broken, and now you have the challenge to contact CT and get a bike yourself and get out there.
The pressure's on. Thanks
the gauntlet.
for coming in. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Matt, thanks for coming in.